Gate 14 podcast, and folks, we are coming to you live. And the last time we talked, the Toronto Blue Jays were on a little bit of a heater. They're on even more of a heater now. 8-game win streak, did not lose a single game at the Rogers Center. The last time the Toronto Blue Jays lost a game was last Saturday, Avery. Last Saturday. It's been 8 days since they've lost a baseball game. How are we feeling, man? I mean, the boys of summer are boys of summering.
It's so sick when you can just turn on the game, find a way, and they just fucking win. It doesn't matter. They just win the game every time. This has been the most fun week of baseball I've watched, probably I could say years. I'll put it there now. Like after now that the week is finally over, just the best stretch of baseball we've watched. And you can tell the city's buzzing a little bit. All the games at home. Fans are fighting. It's expensive as shit to go to the Rogers Center again. All the Leaf fans are back cheering for the team. I will accept them because that means good things for us. It's annoying sometimes.
I'm on the fence about it.
You don't like the tweeters, but the casual fans will take them if they wanna listen to this. I will take them every time.
Oh, we'll take Leaf fans listening to Gate 14 for sure, and I'm assuming tons listened to the last podcast. Broke a record last podcast without a guest. Almost beat the Shapiro pod in downloads and listens. But yeah, I mean, it's just the vibes around the city right now are unbelievable. I have Luke Evangelista just DM me and goes, man, this feels like 2015. How are you feeling, Johnny? I'm like, feel pretty fucking good right now, to be honest with you, pal. It's unbelievable. And I unfortunately we can't step foot in that stadium until it was a baseball game. I didn't go to a singular game during this homestand, and they went undefeated. I mean, my record's good when I'm there, but if it's not broken, don't fix it. I will not be attending a game until they lose a game.
We were worried about streaming on Friday too.
This team is immune. Like this team, curses don't exist for the 2025 Toronto Blue Jays. Red jersey, Schmelia. Apple TV curse, thanks for coming out. Gate 14 streaming after a win streak, doesn't matter. It is so fun watching a game, and I don't know if this is just delusional Johnny. Now I go into games expecting to win. And that might just be the streak we're having or whatever it is. I didn't have a doubt today that they were winning this baseball game. I didn't have a fucking doubt. Gausman was shoving. Offense figured it out. Davis Schneider, 3-0 Lina scores the run. They just do it big, Avery. They do it big.
It was the Lo Profito single where I texted, I was like, why didn't Barger should maybe just play? Like if you're gonna hit the lefty. I hadn't looked into any stats. That's a classic. Just use your brain or not use your brain, just talk out loud. Yeah. And then immediately Lopes single through the right side to score a run. It's kind of breaking my brain how they do it, but they're just scoring a shit ton of runs, and that's exactly how it's getting done. You have Ryan Burr coming back, first time we've seen him all season. Sure. Lazaro Estrada yesterday, him and Braden Fisher. It's like, it doesn't matter who's doing it. Everyone's going to find a way to let the devil magic work on them.
I think we talked about it last pod. It's like they're winning by committee, which makes it so much more fun. Like, to be honest with you, man, I know Vladdy had a good game yesterday and today he had that double, but they're kind of just like, I know Vladdy's going to figure it out, but like Bo was struggling a little bit before that home run today. It's really the role players that are carrying this team. We got the Ernie Clements of the world, Addison Barger, who I wouldn't even really say a role player, but the guy wasn't on their opening day roster, right? It's like we are doing this by committee, and it is so unbelievably fun to know that there is just blue-collared, hard hat, steel-toe boots baseball players on our team that don't give a fuck how they get it done. They just win. It rocks, Avery.
Yeah, I think we are being carried by someone, and it's just George Springer. Like it's not being carried by Vlad or Bo. We're getting carried by George Springer.
Unk.
He's just gonna go out every day and hit 2 home runs. Doesn't matter.
I am 7 years away from my George Springer prime, and I have chills thinking about it. Like I'm 7 years away from being in that unction prime of George Springer, and I honestly, the fact, and I guess we could talk about this because they just announced it. Julio Terrorist Rodriguez was named an All-Star over George Springer. Yes, the Julio Rodriguez with a 694 OPS was named an all-star starter, an all-star reserve over the man that is third in the American League in OPS. His OPS starts with a 9, George Springer, and they left him off. They left him off the reserves for Julio Rodriguez. And that is something that makes me sick to my stomach. I don't know how you feel about it, Avery, but that is some sort of terroristic act that we have to talk about because it is sickening that George Unk Springer, who is carrying the second best team or the third best team in the American League, is not named an all-star. It's fucking bullshit, Avery. It's bullshit.
It doesn't make. He'll be there. Like
no, that's it.
No, it's not. People don't do it. Some people don't play.
But that's pitchers, though.
Some fielders too. Like that's how Espinal got on, right? It's like the day or two before they just add random people. He's first up to do it. He's first up to be the next one. Who did Julio make the final vote? Is that why? Yeah, I mean,
maybe he did.
More.
I don't know. I don't care about the final vote, but
I still think he'll end up there, even though BK brought up the point. We want old man Springer resting during this phase. You know, get him off his feet.
Good spin zone.
We do want him off his feet.
Okay, here's a question. Would you sacrifice the comedy of the Santiago Espinal All-Star game so George Springer would be in it this year?
No, that's my favorite All-Star of all time. It's
we really, I mean, the double magic Blue Jays can't have it all, but god damn it, do I wish we had Unk in the All-Star game because that would be unbelievable, Avery, if we had Unk in that All-Star game.
You know what he should do, which would be really funny? He should put his name in for the home run derby.
Could you imagine?
That's how they get him in. It's like, you know what?
When like Alec Boehm did the home run derby and he wasn't even in the game.
Yeah. But they'll be like, George, you're here already.
Might as well just clock yourself in. But that's really the only complaint that I've had from this week, really, is the fact that Unk, I'm going to start calling him El Capitan, wasn't even named to the All-Star game. It's absolutely bullshit. But in hindsight, congratulations, Thick Jesus, back at the top of the mountain. Back at the top of the mountain for the All-Star game. Never a doubt. Second best catcher in baseball. I see Red Sox fans talking about Narvaez, not even in the same stratosphere as Alejandro Kirk. Sorry, folks. Alejandro Kirk is an absolute dog, and he has been carrying this team alongside George Springer. The defense, the offense, absolutely rocks. Easily one of the most deserving players on this team. So sick.
I'm happy for Kirk. He gets so much hate based on his body.
Oh, yeah, he's still going to get it.
Where people can't think about him clearly if he's playing poor. Like there are some things that go against it. Like he can't run. Like you're not going to get hits that way. So like
it's not the run marathon derby. It's the home run. It's the All-Star. Sorry, it's not like a run marathon competition. It's an All-Star game. He deserves.
But I think he just gets unfair hate a lot of the time when things aren't going as so well. And that's just like the one time where you look at wins above replacement, where you can say no matter what, if Kirk's not hitting, then he's still a very valuable player, which some people can't, like that's hard to wrap their heads around, that you can be a valuable player if you don't.
But he's doing both.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like once it helps this lineup, the ceiling for this team is immensely higher when Alejandro Kirk is hitting like he's been able to this year when he won the Silver Slugger too. So I honestly think we're kind of running through the Adley Rutschman thing right now, where you get into the big leagues as a catcher as you're young, and then catching starts to kill you. Catching all those games, it really starts to take a toll on you in the long run. I think Adley's going through it right now, and he will bounce back and find it. Kirk did the same thing. 2 years where it just kind of killed his offensive production. He was catching a lot. Still, Kirk is catching more than Adley. Adley's hurt right now. Kirk was split with Jano. Adley was doing more catching, but I think it's like in the midst of that too. And once you figure out how to kind of take care of yourself as you get older in the league, you can find a way to let the bat come back. And I think that's
Adley has to have a kid. I think Adley has to have a kid to save it.
Okay.
People forget. Alejandro Kirk had a kid 2 years ago. He had a really cool quote today. He said, "This All-Star game means more to him because it's the first time he's bringing his daughter to an All-Star game, which is really cool." And
that's our family man.
Shout out Thick Jesus. I mean, I can't imagine that dude in the locker room being like, what I imagine him is, it's like he's that quiet kid on the team that everyone just like universally loves and universally respects. Like they'll fuck with them and get them going a little bit, but he's always business, I'm assuming. That's what the guys kind of told us, but very, very deserving. Alejandro Kirk. I mean, there's not really much more else to say besides the fact that that guy is a very, very deserving all-star. If you could pick one guy from the bullpen, Avery, to be an all-star, because I was seeing tons of people recently, actually, to my tweet today, said Jeff Hoffman should have been there. Jeff Hoffman's at an 82% save rate, which is like I think one of the best in baseball, if not up there. He has been insane. I saw a cool stat from Jeff Hoffman. So the people complaining, put this in your pipe and smoke it. Since June 1st, Jeff Hoffman has given up 2 runs, 0 home runs, and has 9 saves, 9 for 9 save opportunities. Jeff Hoffman. This dude has been an absolute dog. We talked about relievers going through those weird stretches like he had in May. This dude's all the way back. He has been sick. Today he was Avery. He was unhittable today. No one was touching his shit.
Yeah, he was really good. I would almost say they usually just give love to the closers instead of relievers who could do it.
Yeah.
But I almost say Wyrod's more deserving than Jeff Hoffman.
Wyrod's only had one meltdown. We talked about it on stream. He's had 18 I forgot what it's called, SD or whatever.
It's shut down and meltdowns.
18 shutdowns and one meltdown this season. So I think he's up there with Josh Hader, as Griff said. But man, it is everything about this team is, in my mind, this sounds fucked to say, is unfathomable, Avery. Like I can't imagine, I can't believe the production we're getting from guys. Like on fucking Friday, Ave, we had no bullpen help. And who saves us? Chad Green comes in the game and just gives us shutdown innings for us to win. Braden Fisher, Estrada on Saturday. Today we had, I mean, Jeff Hoffman was obviously unbelievable. So was majority of the other guys. But Ryan Burr was sick. It's like everyone, I feel like it's like an assembly line and no one wants to be that guy that fucks up. So they're all doing it collectively. Like that's the mindset they have going into games out of this bullpen. It's like, I don't want to be the one guy that fucks this. So I'm going to come in there and shove. And that's what they did today. Ryan Burr, guys haven't pitched in like so long, Avery, for this ball club. And he comes in today and gives a shutdown. Unreal.
Yeah, no, it was the first batter we get Ryan Burr. It's like the slider where Neto kind of cap shots it into left, first and third. Find a way to get it done, fly out. And then 3 strikeouts in his second after he goes up, down, or down, up. He's back there, 3 strikeouts in his second inning of work. You're so right about you don't want to be the guy to fuck this up. When you get the call up, like you see Lopes today, you see Jimenez when he's playing. You want to be the guy to keep this thing going, not the guy to fuck it up. And it's a mentality that works, and you just want to keep going. It's like it's legit magic what's going on right now. It makes no sense. I didn't think they played that good baseball this weekend.
No.
Truly,
no.
I don't think they played that well. But it doesn't matter. If you win all 3 of the games, you find a way. I would be so pissed as an Angels fan watching what went on this weekend. Just imagine that it's like, how is this fair that the other team gets to be home every game? Last at bat, we get walked off twice. Like we're putting down every single extra inning. They didn't even give up a run, right?
Yeah, 4.
This
3
bullpen,
3 extra innings. Sorry, 3.
Yeah, because it was 1 on Friday and they played 2 yesterday, and then no runs scored. That's really heartbreaking as a fan to watch your team not score in the top of the inning in extra innings. You just know you're cooked. There's like no way of doing that. I would have been so frustrated watching those games. And I guess they played pretty well Friday, but then Sandlin comes in and gives up the longest home run of all time to Joe Adell. Like this team gives up massive tanks. Everyone's found a way to pick each other up. Today, it happened. Bo doesn't get it over his glove to turn the double play when Renjifo's running. And then the second pitch after that, Kevin Gausman gets a comebacker to him, throws it to Kirk, 1 out, throws it to first Vladdy for a second out. It's who's going to pick each other up. And I think that's just a confidence level that you can keep building on for a long, long time. It's like someone's going to help me. Someone's got my back today. And that's cool.
Yeah, and what I'm happy about with it as well is they're doing it in a stretch where they have gained the lead on the division and facing bad competition coming up here, Avery. That's the cool part of it. Like, they got the White Sox and A's, then they got the All-Star break, right? It's like The Yankees and other teams have insanely tough schedules coming up, Avery. Did you see that tweet that I retweeted on Gate 14?
Yeah, yeah. It was
I'll
definitely
tweet it for the I'll say it for the people because it's coming up. Let me just pull it up here. Like it's they have okay, so in this next stretch, the Jays, so Leafs and Jays fan 97 tweeted this. The Jays play 3 against the White Sox, 3 against the A's. The Rays play 3 against the Tigers and then 4 against the White Sox. And the Yankees play Seattle for 3 and Chicago Cubs for 3. I can
nice.
confidently say the Jays probably have the easiest schedule coming up out of the 3 teams. And this is where you kind of gain ground, or not gain ground, but create separation in this race before the All-Star break. And this is where you kind of just go all systems down, just fire.
Yeah, it gets really tough after the All-Star break, though. Like the 3 series right after the All-Star break are tough for the
Well,
Jays.
the Giants aren't really that good, though.
I still think it's tough. It's not that bad, but you go Giants, Yankees, Tigers. Tigers for 4 after.
Oh,
But then you get Baltimore, KC, Colorado after that. So kind of look at that. Like if you're doing this thing and they play 500 baseball the rest of the year, that could find them away pretty close to getting a playoff spot as is. So if you can play above 500 ball, I think you're
pretty
doing
much
it, man.
solidify it.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Where these huge stretches can carry you for a full season. Like these are important. We saw it with the Tampa Bay Rays a couple years ago. They got off to such a good start to start the season.
And
That
then they
huge,
just sleptwalked.
yeah, it can get you through there. You'd rather play your best baseball at the end of the year, but it doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get in the dance, man.
Yeah,
And
I
it's been
think
it.
what
Oh, go ahead, John.
Yeah, I think Avery. Sorry to interrupt you. I think the biggest thing is having stretches like this is awesome, but the biggest thing is you got to eliminate the Yankee stretch, right? Like what the Yankees have done. If they just keep their head above water during these quote unquote tough stretches they're going to have, because let's call it what it is, Avery. There's going to be tough stretches. Like they're going to lose a series. They're going to get swept in a series at some point coming up. What, right? Like that's just going to happen. But if you keep your head above water and just maintain the distance or stay in that playoff spot, then the hot streak will come back. Do I think the Yankees are this team they're playing right now? Fuck no, I don't. The injuries kind of suck. Clark Schmidt being down really fucks them because they have to rely on Marcus Stroman now. But they're going to go on a stretch, the Yankees, where they just win a shit ton of baseball games. That's what's going to happen. But the stretch the Jays went on right now, it kind of allows them to go through a bad stretch and it not being the end of the world. You know
Yeah.
that's the great point of going on a little 8-game win streak, and that's why I think these next 6 games are massive because, like you said, the 3 series after that are tough. You're gonna get Scooble, you're gonna get Logan Webb, you're gonna get Max Fried again, probably Carlos Rodon again. You're gonna get these guys again. So you gotta take care of business against these terrible, terrible baseball teams like the White Sox and like the Athletics. Right? That's the biggest
Yeah.
point.
I'll go through the rest of the schedule for the season because I got it up here too. There's not a prolonged stretch where they face tough teams,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of back-to-back tough series and then back-to-back kind of easier ones. So I went through it. I got you to the Royal Series. Then you go to Colorado. So you get 3 in Colorado. Right after that, 3 with the Dodgers. Then home 3 for the Cubs. Home against the Rangers. Then at Pittsburgh, at Miami, which is good.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
you get the Twins, the Brewers, the Reds. Then it gets tough in September. September's a very tough month. So
But if
if
you
they,
yeah, like but you if you
like if they
put
play bad ball September through the playoffs, it should be because they're facing tough teams. And like
yes.
I want to get ahead of it. I wouldn't be like crazy worried. I'd like to like take a step forward here so you don't have to worry. So you get at the Yankees, against the Astros, against Baltimore, at the Rays, at the Royals, Boston, Tampa to end the year.
Wow.
That's a tough month of September, and we kind of knew September was going to be the tougher month of the season, just like the start was. But yeah, that's a tough stretch for the end. I think you can still do some good things here through July and August, and that's why you need to win when you can.
Yeah, and these, like I said, these 2 series are massive. I don't give a fuck if they're against the White Sox and Athletics. We got to take at least 4 or 6, Abe.
Yeah, I would like to obviously win both of the series. Like we kind of just dog walked the A's at their park is a little tough to keep balls in the yard.
Yeah, especially with
but
some
it,
of the pitchers we have.
Yeah, so that could be interesting, but you get some work done, figure out. And then there's an off day on Thursday, which is nice for the team because it's been feels like a little bit since last Monday. Then they haven't had an off day.
If I'm the Jays, I don't want a fucking off day right now. I want to get right back on that field tomorrow and just start firing again. And George Springer had an awesome quote Friday. They were talking about his success. He's like, listen, I'm just like, we're worried about today. We're worried about the next one. Like, we just kind of have to go. And we talked about it a little bit on Thursday because we said this could be a letdown series, right? I mean, you just swept the Yankees at home, high intensity series, an Angels team who's far not that great compared to the Yankees or to you, comes to town. They could have lost Friday, letdown spot, as many people say. Won that game, one Saturday, one Sunday. They handled business. No such
Yeah,
thing as a letdown spot with this team, man. And I hope they keep the train rolling against the White Sox this week, man, because the White Sox fucking suck. They are terrible.
they do. They
Got to get
what's
our lick
happening?
back on them.
What's happening today with the Rockies? That's a hilarious series. White Sox Rockies. I thought they were winning.
How many fans do you think are at those games? 20?
Holy shit. 12, yeah.
The White Sox have lost to the Rockies today. And then they won yesterday. And then they won. So it took 2 or 3 from the Rockies. So it's a letdown spot for the White Sox this week. But let's talk about one of the funniest things from this weekend, Avery. The Michael K quote. Doc Gretchen Five put it great on Twitter because if you haven't heard it, I'm sure you've seen the video on Twitter or whatever, just Google search it. But he essentially said he wasn't coming at the Jays. It got taken out of context, yada yada yada. And then Doc summed it perfectly. He said, "I wasn't coming at the Jays. I just said that they weren't good and they weren't playing good. They just suck. Jays fans are so dumb." And that's essentially what Michael K said. It was like an apology, but not an apology. It was such a strange. He was quoting he quoted a formula to calculate a triangle, like the Pythagorean theorem. Like that's not what it is. It's Pythagorean wins and losses. Like it's not. He kept saying Pythagorean theorem. I'm like, that's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. That's not what the fucking. That's not what you're calculating. It was a strange quote from a guy that pretends that he's not a homer when he is the most obvious homer ever.
You're, and that's not even a bad thing.
No,
Like, you work for the network that like carries the games for the team and you call all the games and you have a radio show to talk about the team. You're going to be a homer more times than not. I don't know why. Like
it
Sportsnet's the
was so weird.
same thing as the Yes Network. I don't know why. And then like expected win loss. That's all he wanted to talk about was run differential. Like that was the easy way to try and talk down to them. It's like, okay, maybe it's not gonna keep going that way. Yeah, they don't beat teams by 100 runs. They don't have Aaron Judge to stat pad every single game when you win by 6 and instead you win by 16. Like it doesn't. I didn't watch the video. I couldn't do it. I was just like, I don't give a fuck what Michael K has to say.
He's such a loser, and like again, we are a fan first podcast. Like we are biased as fuck. Like
Yeah.
there is literally nothing wrong, brother. You work for the Yes Network, who the Yankees own. Like the Yankees own that network. What do you think the Y in Yes stands for? Like, of course you're biased, but to come at Jamie Campbell for throwing the broom after the sweep, which is what he does every single
Yeah, he does
fucking
it all
sweep,
the time.
is crazy.
You
Like,
know
at
what
least do background info on it.
Do you know what it's a lot like, John?
What?
That being mad at Jamie Campbell for that, it's the same as the Talking Yanks post when Vladdy shushed the crowd after his homer.
Yeah.
He's like, well, he does, and everyone he does it every time, and then Talking Yanks tweeted, well, he shouldn't. That's exactly what happened with Michael K and
He
Jamie Campbell
essentially
on that.
quoted a Twitter troll that told me to kill myself on Twitter today, by saying like, "This is your World Series." Like he essentially gave thousands of words just to essentially say, "Yeah, this is their World Series." And you know what? Fuck yeah, it is. 14 games above 500 in July is sick. First time the Jays had done this since 1992. They've been at this point. This was the last time the Jays got to 50 wins in 88 games was 1992. I wasn't even a fucking sperm in my dad's nutsack the last time the Toronto Blue Jays did this, Avery. It's wild. When
Yeah,
all these stats keep coming up, it's wild.
the act like you've been there crowd and their stats saying that we've never actually done that since we've been alive is like, okay, we can act like we haven't been there, but we just haven't since I'm 27 years old and I've never had that happen before. So like Yeah, don't fuck you guys. Honestly, it's so funny that Michael Kay had to go back and talk about it today as the Yankees played like shit. Really funny stuff,
Yeah,
man.
they just won one game the entire week. Like it was awesome. It was such an awesome day because the greatest part about it was Blue Jays Twitter as a whole, who usually fights with each other, like people I usually fight with, were like, "Get him, Johnny. Let's fucking get him." And it was just unbelievable. He actually had a quote at the end of the video where he's like, don't hang from the rim in July or something like that." I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like celebrating a dunk in July? I guess he's trying to say. I really don't know what he's saying, but the act like you know, act like you've been there before crowd. We haven't, so I will be acting like I've never been there because I haven't been there before. Um,
Literally every stat we haven't ever been there before. Just 92.
Literally in this podcast's history, in our history of us doing Jay's content, we have never been at this point. I really don't know what you want me to tell you. I really don't. It's just it's unbelievable. So I'm looking forward to just continuing to watch this baseball team find new ways to win. I mean, Friday, Ernie Clement gets a perfect bunt down. I kind of thought they should have gave him a single on that, to be honest with you, because I think he would have beat that out. Um,
I don't think
and
so.
and the pitcher overthrows it into fucking Narnia, and the Jays walk it off. Saturday's game was Addison Barger just being Addison Barger and hitting 0 for 9, 0 for 9 on sweepers before that pitch. That was his first hit off a sweeper this season, and he hits it down in between the first and second base gap there, scores the game-winning run. I mean, today, Loperfido, Schneidzy lad, Bo bouncing back from that error. It was
The
just,
the Bo home run is so sick.
oh,
I tweeted it out today. When you hit a home run on a changeup, it looks like the worst pitch ever thrown in the history of the sport. It's just like, why did you throw the changeup there? How do you not know that's going to get hit to hell? But Bo just sat on it, and I think home runs off changeups are so cool looking.
I really like the emotion he showed after it too. He's like, I've been fucking up for this entire weekend essentially, and I just sent a ball to hell and just throws the bat off the ground. Like, let's fucking go. It was awesome, man. He stepped up when we needed him because um added some pitches for Gossman there who looked great today, aside from a couple mistakes, like the Trout home run, whatever, a solo home run doesn't win ball games. We got that run back that inning anyways. But it was just everything that could be happening that's awesome is happening right now. It's insane. Like the Schneider looks awesome. Loperfido off a lefty, who we never really expected for him to play on lefties. Today gets an RBI single. It was just unreal. Like it.
I still think it's George Springer. Like I just don't understand how he's doing it, and I love
Sure.
it. That's the one, man. Carries, and then you have like Nathan Lucas and doing some stuff too. It's fun to watch through and through, man. And I just hope that they keep it going through here. All-Star break's almost coming at the worst time,
Yeah.
the way
I
this
need the
team is
Jays to
playing.
get cold here when it's All-Star break. Speaking about Unc, let's talk about George Springer's rankings in the month of July. This was before today's game. Average 545, first in baseball. OPS 1827, first in baseball. Home runs 5, first in baseball. RBIs 13, first in baseball. Hits 12, first in baseball. The summer of George took over in July. It's like the groundhog seeing its shadow. This put an exclamation mark on the summer of George this week. OPS
Yeah,
over 900 for Christ's sakes, the age of 35.
I think he has a um, full win in July already.
No way.
Yeah, because I'm on Fangraphs right now. It's point 0.9 wins in 5 games, so that didn't count today's game. I'm sure he's probably at a full win right now.
Oh
That's
my
insane, man.
god.
It's someone's got to do the carrying, and he's honestly just done
You
it, man.
it's the most random guy. Like on well, again, I guess not technically the most random guy, but he's putting together the best numbers he's ever had since 2017. The best numbers he's ever had on the Toronto Blue Jays ever. Like we're talking his OPS starts with a fucking 9, brother. A 9. It's unbelievable. And do you how many times a week do you think they piss test George Springer right now?
Oh,
They have.
he's gotten a couple.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind he's gotten a couple. You know what's awesome about it though, as well, with the George Springer thing. This is like I'll finish the George Springer talk here, but um, we always talk about the hitting coaches not making that much of a difference. George Springer has significantly talked about or like emphasized the difference that David Popkins and Louis Ionotti has made for him this season. And I think it's been unbelievable to see, man. He said he's essentially just swinging the bat hard now. And David Popkins said in a quote, it's like, you're going to miss balls. Like, we're fine with you missing pitches, like swinging through and missing. But if you're putting your ace swing together on everything, you're going to hit the ball hard and you're going to find gaps and you're going to leave the yard. And that philosophy for David Popkins, who changed my sorry ass life, has been unbelievable, Avery. It truly has been.
I think the best quote from that, something that's really true, is guys have too much pride to strike out at some point. And it's when you're up there and you strike out, it's a useless feeling, right? It's like
Yeah.
couldn't make contact with the ball. Like what did I just do up there? Nothing good. But once you can kind of put that to the side for a guy like George Springer doing it right now, which is fine. He wanted to be better than he has the past couple seasons. I'm sure of that. Bad spring. He said it didn't matter. He's like, I feel great up there, actually. The Keegan quote, which is always funny because it did not look good again. But once he put that to the side and he's like, okay, I'm fine. I'm striking out a little bit. It was almost a Vlad problem too, making too much contact. It's like, man,
Yeah.
take the pitches and let's do damage on some other things. But when you can get to a lot of the stuff, problem is you're not going to do damage to it. You can swing through it. Let's try and get our best swing off. And I think that's the best way to kind of go about it. You can't have all of your guys striking out a lot. That makes it tough. But you have the Kirk and the Ernies who are going to strike out at some of the lowest rates in the league. You
and
can
Miles
have some
Straw as well.
Yeah, you can have some strikeouts in your lineup.
Yeah, and this team is, I believe, top 5 in strikeouts in
I think
baseball.
they'd be close to the bottom.
Really?
Yeah. I would
like,
think so.
wait, what do you mean bottom? Like good or bad?
Like they strike out the least.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Top 5.
Yeah, I'll get you an exact number on that.
Because that's the cool thing. Like George Springer can look around the lineup for him and notice and be like, all right, listen, these guys aren't striking out. They're getting bat to ball. Let me just try to shit on pitches, and I'm fine with striking out. And that's what he's been doing.
That's the lowest strikeout rate in the league they have.
Yeah, exactly. So again, a lot of it is because of guys like Ernie, Kirk doesn't strike out much. I could be wrong. Maybe Miles Straw. I could be wrong with that though. I'm not sure, but it just it's been insane to watch. It's been absolutely insane to watch. And when I'm looking at this season as a whole, because we talked about it last pod or Sunday's pod, and we said, Avery, what would you give the grade for the Toronto Blue Jays at that point? I think my answer has changed significantly. Like I said, A-, I'd has to be A+ right now.
After that week, absolutely. It's hard. They're playing at the top of their levels without some of their best guys too. We're missing Nathan Lucas, really low strikeout rate, and then Vlad is like 14%. You're right about Straw as well. Yeah, what more can you say? Like that full stretch weeks of baseball can significantly impact the whole season.
Yeah.
It's like it's not past me how important this stretch is and how good it's been for the team.
This is a stretch, Avery, we look back on in October if we're fighting for the top of the division, or September, and we go, that stretch single-handedly saved the entirety of the season. The entirety of the season. Because teams are starting to win now, man. The Red Sox are above 500. Mariners are still in the playoff spot. Rangers are clawing back. Like, that stretch saved... Like, the Jays right now, according to Fangraphs, have an 89% chance to make the playoffs. They had like a 50 going into this week, 55 or 56. They catapulted themselves into the high 80s in playoff percentages. And now it's like, we got to add. We got to add to that rotation. I do not know. I know Ross Atkins talks about adding a bat. There's not really many sexy options out there for a bat, in my opinion. I am DEFCON 5. We need a starting pitcher. We need a solidified ace. That's like very, very consistent. Because a lot of our guys are like up and down, right? Like we had the Barrios kind of blow up start against the Yankees. Gossman's had a couple blow ups. Bassett's really kind of only had one, kind of. But there's definitely a need for a starting rotation spot. But if by deadline day Manoah's already throwing in rehab games, they said he's throwing this week against live hitter. Like, you know, it's it's a very I would like I'm trying to word this correctly. I wouldn't be that mad though if they didn't get a starting pitcher. Like I wouldn't
I
be like fuming.
Well, that means they do nothing, pretty much, right?
Yeah. I guess
I think
okay, let me word that. I won't be mad if they don't get a clear-cut number one guy. If they get a nice depth piece that adds to the rotation and takes a little bit of pressure off rushing Manoah back and Scherzer having to pitch every 5 days, I think I'd be kind of happy with that. I'd be fine with that.
I think that's their number one priority is starting pitching. Um, the Max thing doesn't sound good still. He talked about how his thumb was
He
more
couldn't work out
inflamed.
this week. He couldn't lift.
Yeah, it's like that's not good. That's not a recipe for longevity throughout this season, right? Like you can't do your normal routine. It's like how is that gonna go well? I think they're close to making this happen, and YJ's has always gave me a name that I could really, really get on board with. The Twins kind of suck right now. 14 games below the Tigers, and that's pretty far out from some of the other teams in the league. I would fuck with Joe Ryan being a
I talked
Toronto
about
Blue
it. Yeah,
Jay.
we talked about it last podcast.
Really? It was
Hmm.
last podcast?
Yeah.
I'm
Joe
all in.
Ryan
If
would
you
be
do if you do Joe Ryan, Yohan Duran, somehow package that together,
but Yankees
that's
already got Durant according to Yankees fans, so they're already
the
talking about it.
Yankees got Trout, they have Bobby Witt Jr. The Yankees have everyone, man. That's fine. I don't think there's a realistic way that you'd get both of them, but if you could ever
I'm
package them
fine
up,
with
man.
one. I'm not gonna go Yankee fan mode. Joe Ryan's a sexy name because he has tons of years left.
Yeah, that's what would be hard to get, but we kind of did the same thing, Jose Barrios.
Little Machina.
I don't know if they'd want to be
Joe Ryan. Do you want to take a
Yeah.
trip up north, you hot piece of ass? You'd make this team a lot better looking, that's for sure.
Yeah. Bubic, another one. He's an all-star. I don't know how. Yeah, he's only this year, right?
Yeah.
He's still an ARB guy, so he'd be under team control for next season too. I can't believe Chris Bubic is 27. It feels like he's been in the league forever.
Yeah.
I guess it's just 2020. That's another name you could look to. The Royals not being very good as well.
Yeah, the Royals are ass. I'm sorry. Free
Can I
Bobby Witt.
alert? Can I alert you to the dumbest thing anyone has ever done?
I'd love to hear it.
This is Brian Reynolds' no trade list. Brian Reynolds, Pittsburgh Pirate, his whole career.
Known fucking cuck. Never played
Nope.
for a good team in his life.
His no trade list, 6-team no trade list. The New York Yankees, the New York Mets, the Toronto Blue Jays, the Los Angeles Dodgers, the San Francisco Giants, and the San Diego Padres.
I saw someone tweeted it and someone quote tweeted that and they said meet the definition of Mr. Low Leverage because that's what he is. He essentially told his GM, listen, I know contenders are going to want me. I do not want to be playing playoff baseball. I have a trip to Italy with my wife in October and I don't even want to sniff playoff baseball. Give me every team that is good. Don't trade me there. Trade me to the Rockies, Royals, anywhere. That's where I want to be. It's the
The
definition of a cuck, unfortunately. Like, that's really what it is.
Well, the second part of this is what Nate tweeted too, and it's pretty obvious for this list. He doesn't want to deal with the tax man. He wants to make as much money as possible.
He's a mob member.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't want to go New York State, don't want to go to Canada, and I don't want to go to
His
California.
agent literally had no idea. His agent just Googled tax rates.
Yeah, where are taxes high? And he's like, okay, these 6, I can't do that. I want to make my money this week.
So
And
yeah,
that's
safe to say
so
the
awesome.
Jays won't be trying to look out for Brian Reynolds, but David Bednar. I
Maybe.
haven't seen a no trade list from David Bedsy. I
Nope.
haven't seen one from Bednar. We can, you know what, Avery? I talked about it with Alto yesterday. Joe Ryan would be the most typical Ross the Boss acquisition. Am I wrong?
I think it's very like him.
Because Alto brought it up again yesterday as well. It's like, has Ross Atkins Avery ever traded for a pitcher that has no years left after the year? Like, a guy that's just you're essentially getting for half a season? I can't really think of one. Can you? Like besides Brad Hand, probably. And how did that work
Probably a
out?
bunch of relief. Wasn't Taiwan Walker mid-season and then
Yeah.
signed after
Okay. I
that?
guess I'm talking about a starter though.
Sure. Yeah, I'm bad for me to remember that right
I'm trying to
now.
think. Maybe someone in the comments could remind us, but I don't remember if Ross Atkins has ever really traded for a good starter halfway through the season that only had half a season left. I really don't. Like the Robbie Ray one, he was kind of a bum before he got here, right? So, yeah, I'd love to look into that if someone could let me know on that. I really don't think he's done that. Joe Ryan is a prototype guy that Ross the Boss loves to trade for. What would be your package, Avery, for Joe Ryan?
Oh man, I don't know. Whatever they want, pretty much. Just like
Cal?
probably. Yeah. Like
Gage?
yeah. Like for sure. Joe Ryan's ARB eligible. Like he's got 3 years. You
Fair.
you you develop players and trade them once you
When
think
you're
you can get
good.
when you think you can get major league talent and help your team win.
It's
Like
the
that's
anti-Orioles, Avery. The Orioles were good and didn't really make any significant moves to continue to be good.
but they made the move Corbin Burns. Like that's
That's
the
the
move.
one. Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's the way this happens, and that's the way it should be. Like pitching and finding good pitchers is not that easy.
Yeah.
And like again, the draft is in goddamn a
Oh,
couple
the
days.
prospect huggers would lose their minds if the Jays trade for Joe Ryan and give up like Gage, Cal, or even Trey. They would lose it if they did that.
Um, I don't think so. Like
Really?
they've only been in the system for less than a year. Like I know it's good, but they haven't been here for that
Remember
long.
when JWB was untouchable, according to people? I mean, he's still been good, but
JWB hasn't, or not JW. I'm thinking of Simeon Woods Richardson that went for the Barrios deal. That's who I thought you were talking about.
it is funny to look back at the Barrios trade and read the comments like, what the fuck is Ross doing? Twins fleece? That was the fleecing of the millennium, of the
Yes.
legit millennium. Like that trade, the Matt Chapman trade before the season was a fleecing. Ross the Boss is cooking.
Yeah, but it's like, does Minnesota want to do it again with Toronto? Like, is the shrapnel, is the are the bombs going off the soldier? It's like, oh, we traded one of our legit starters to the Blue Jays again. I feel like they'd be a little bit on the
It's like that
sideline.
meme of that guy in the battlefield with like the scared face and everything's going on behind him.
Yeah, and that
That's
they put Josh Block's face on sometimes.
free Josh Block, by the way, got arrested. Actually, no, I did. I saw Josh Block got arrested. Yeah, I think he had assaulted a woman. So Josh
So
Block,
yeah, maybe not for
yeah,
that.
not free Josh Block. He's a fucking. I mean, that guy's fucking head. But anyways, it's awesome to talk trades, Ave. It is Joe Ryan, and again, not to pinpoint Alto, no free ads for Gate Alto's pod Gate 15. Um, he said, should we do Max Scherzer double rest, where he pitches every 8 to 10 days?
I don't know if that would like help him
But
be as
he
sharp.
even said Max Scherzer that the off day this week is going to significantly help him for his next start.
Yeah, but I'm saying that so much rest makes him less sharp. Like you need 8 to 10
But
is
he's still
too.
throwing pens in between though, but not that high intensity though, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Having a guy who pitches, it was like the Otani thing where you have the guy that pitches so many days that you need another pitcher. It kind of screws up roster construction too, does it not?
But even Bassett said to us though, he's like Scherzer's still elite. It just we have to manage the thumb correctly, right?
Yeah, no,
How
like
do you do
in
that?
in a
Like,
perfect world, if you had 27 people on the roster instead, it makes a lot of sense that you could have them up there able to get all the rest in the world. But this gets worked out if you get another starting pitcher. Honestly, it's that like I don't trust in Max's thumb to keep doing this. Like everything that's
well,
being
Avery, we still got 3 months left, dude.
I know, like I think that's why it's going to be as big of a thing. I would be surprised if they got like a platoon bat that's kind of in between that hits one way really well. But I don't know if it's going to be a huge name.
They kind of have that though with Schneid's lad though.
Sure, yeah, but you could find some other ones there. the the Wagner, Loperfido, Jimenez are guys taking up spots right now, but you bring that back, Andres Jimenez, Santander, and Varsho there. It's a little bit of a different looking team.
Does anyone know if Taters picked up a bat?
You want to take a guess, John?
I want to say fuck no. Um, the dude got, oh, we didn't even talk about it, Avery. He got put on the 60-day IL on
Yeah, we
Friday.
we don't get him till the trade deadline.
Yeah.
That says
So does
that
that mean
says
does that mean he can rehab in the minors, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Before
Like
that?
I think you can rehab or you can come off the IL on the day that day you're eligible. I think you can start before then.
Yeah. Okay. And then another IL news. Jimmy Garcia got hurt going into a hot and cold tub, slipped. What the fuck? I, the Toronto Blue Jays, the Rogers Center and the Dunedin facility is a workplace hazard. I mean, you've had Joey Votto essentially die tripping on a bat. It's called what it is. I mean, well, technically, his baseball career did die after that happened. Bo Bichette tripped on a ball taking in and out in batting or whatever during a game. And then you had Yimi Garcia to kind of round it out by essentially like falling going into a cold and hot tub. And I had some older Blue Jays fans, sorry not to call you old, but I had an older Blue Jays fan tweet at me and say that an old player on the Blue Jays like in the 80s got hurt because he had a dream about spiders and it like scared him and he fell or tweaked something in his body because he had a dream about spiders. Are baseball players the only people that get these injuries? I've never heard of
I
this in any sport.
Well, I feel like soccer is the same way. You kind of have
Sure.
some Dustin Johnson, the fake back injury too,
Yeah.
when he got hurt. I think it's all over it. Wasn't it Jabba Chamberlain who got tore his Achilles on a trampoline?
Yes. And
Well,
ended
it
his
was
career essentially.
one of the Yankees
Michael
players.
Saunders on a sprinkler. Johnny Junta running to in and out. Nebraska Carney. Um,
You're right. It is baseball players are they do
because I
have
don't ever hear that in hockey. I mean, hockey players play through like broken ribs and shit, but it has been hilarious. And yeah, Ryan Bird being back is sick. 40% strikeout rate, man. We talk highly about him, Avery. I'm not. That's not because he's our guy, but he's awesome. He's really
oh,
good.
yeah, he legitimately pitched well last year.
Yeah.
There was no bullshit, no funny business around that. It's a little different than how I feel about Chad Green right now. I'm so happy, Chad Green. You
Again,
tweeted
we could
today.
talk about. I mean, I don't even really want to go game by game because there's not really much to talk about. A lot of them are low scoring, but the Friday game, the vibes on that stream. By the way, Gate 14 record for viewers on a live stream. It broke the wild card game 2 record, albeit we were significantly smaller back then, so it's a little bit different. But um, the entire chat chanting Chad and you posting the mugshot picture that is so fucking blurry, it looks like it's taken off a Nokia. I'm all in on fucking the accountant. I don't care. His last 8 appearances, he hasn't given up a run or 8 innings, whatever it is, hasn't given up a run. The accountant is must watch television right now. And every game he doesn't pitch, a part of me dies inside, not watching the accountant go toe to toe with lineups right now. He has been fucking awesome the past week and a half.
Oh, it's so funny, man. I'm
He's
so
our Bradley
happy.
Zimmer. I tweeted it. He's our Bradley Zimmer.
He's our $10 million Bradley Zimmer. $10 million 10-year vet of Bradley Zimmer. Holy shit. But that's kind of what you need during a season too, is like some stretches where he's the worst pitcher to ever touch the mound. And right now he's doing it big. But anyway, you can have some fun watching a middle reliever come into the game and shove. I'm all for it, man. Chad did it big
He
right
does it big. I mean, he stole a game this weekend. Like he really stole a game. It blows my mind. So shout out to Chad. Friday's game, he gets the Charlie Montoya moment of the week, but I guess technically a good one. Um, People have been asking us, Avery, to make shirts, kind of capitalize on the Jays buzzing. And I'd kind of like to brainstorm this live. Like, I have been thinking about a cartoon picture of like David Popkins or some and just damage.
I like that. I wouldn't put Popkins on there. I think there's a way we could maximize with like some other, maybe like some Blue Jays guys lifting or something like that. Just
What
damage
about
them.
like
I think we have All-Star Game shirts that we should drop this week.
Thick Jesus?
We should bring him
Do we
back.
bring back the
I
do we
think
bring
we
back
could
Thick
I think
Jesus?
we have enough stuff to do like a big drop next week.
I was thinking of like the Jays all cartoon and like under it saying the cardiac kids because of how
I
many
like
times
that.
they've come back.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
I like
Um,
we've got a lot of stuff. We got to sit down with Cam and see.
I
We've got
think
some
we
stuff that,
I
that we
think
can
we
do.
I've gotten like hundreds of DMs about bringing back Thick Jesus shirts. I
Dude,
think we kind of got to do it, brother.
I really want. We can rework it to like make it better, I think, to make it different. Like if you have an OG Gate 14 Thick Jesus shirt that Johnny drove to your house to drop off, like that, you're in a special group. So I
You are
don't think
like,
I don't think you should get the chance to order that exact shirt because you
oh,
were you were a part of history to get that shirt.
no. Yeah,
But
that's
I
like,
think we
yeah.
should change. We should do a couple and see what we can do.
The Thick
Um,
Jesus, we got to bring it back, though. He's the GOAT. The
that
resurgence
shirt's
of it.
so good, man. I love
It's
it.
the fact is, like, I came up with that nickname. I remember. I forgot. I think it was Bryson or someone alerted me of this guy in the minors. It might have not been Bryson. It might have been someone else, but they alerted me of a guy in the minors in the Blue Jays that walked up to an insane Mexican walk-up song, weighed like 250 pounds, and was 5'4", and just absolutely raked. And ever since that day, I fell in love with him. And I said, I'm calling him Thick Jesus. And that,
You fell out of love with him for a little
well, yeah,
bit.
I did, obviously. But I fell back. That's like the biggest thing about every relationship. You fall in and out of love. But
Yeah.
I'm back in on Thick Jesus, obviously. And I did say, credit to me, before he had a good season this season, I did say that contract was good. I did say that. I will take that to the grave. I said it was a great contract.
Yep.
And now it's looking like a legit bargain. Him and Chad Green, bargain contract.
Chad
But
Tavares.
I fucking love Chad Green. He is literally my Bradley Zimmer. I can't just watching him warm up in the pen. He throws generic one MLB the Show motion, high socks. I know damn well he doesn't talk to fucking anyone in that bullpen or in that locker room. He just shoves. I mean, we went out with him to Cherries. The guy didn't even look at us. Like honestly, I don't think he even spoke that entire night to even people around him. But so fun, and I'm all in on the account, and I can't wait for him to pitch tomorrow. He's
Yeah.
100% going tomorrow. He's up.
Every day he doesn't pitch is a day I don't want to
Yeah.
be alive
Like
for.
I tweeted yesterday, I was like, we won, but like Chad Green didn't pitch. Like, who really cares? You know? Been awesome, man.
Um,
Who was your favorite? What was your favorite part of this weekend? Because I know mine. I guess I'll start with mine while you think of yours. But
yeah.
I really was fired up for that for Estrada, Lazaro Estrada. Came in the game, just got called up. Wasn't really lighting it up in AAA, to be honest. Like wasn't light. Like he wasn't
Yeah, the
putting
numbers
numbers
weren't
like
insane.
he wasn't really forcing a call up. Guy comes in, gives you 4 innings, 1 run, 4 punchies, got Mike Trout out a couple times, faced top of the order a couple times. That was my favorite part of the weekend because it was like, again, team of destiny shit. That guy gave you a fucking zero when he wasn't even lighting the world on fire. The throwing motion, the fact that he did it on Marco Estrada's birthday, which is even crazier.
Is that true?
Yeah, that was on yesterday was Marco Estrada's birthday, and he did
That's so
that.
sick. The
Welcome back, Marco Estrada.
the picture of him in Yariel is so funny
I really
too.
thought we had a Brandon Belt situation in our hand. Did you see that?
That's what they were talking about.
Yeah, that's what people thought I was referencing. So if you don't
Oh,
know, they posted a picture of Y-Rod and Lazaro Estrada, and it looks like his dick is essentially touching his kneecap. And it was, turns out it was his phone, but like
okay.
a lot of the comment was like meat imprint, like they were saying all that type of shit. But yeah, that picture is crazy. Y-Rod's like one of the least normal human beings on that team. He's a scary motherfucker.
He really is. My favorite thing was the Chad Zero and extras on Friday. I didn't get to watch a lot of like I followed through Saturday because I was at T Mac's wedding thing. Um, So I was just kind of following as the game went. I didn't get to watch Estrada pitch at all. I went back and
Yeah.
saw it, but the zeros on Friday night to get
Chad,
to
Chad, Chad, Chad.
was, yeah, that was special. I really, really enjoyed that.
And that video we posted, the clip, it has like fucking 500 likes on Twitter of us just chanting Chad. That will be going triple platinum every time he pitches. I promise you that. So yeah, great weekend series, man. I mean, listen, they said do it against a good team, did it against the Yankees. They say you got to beat, you can't play down to your competition. The Jays kind of did, but they handled business. Welcome back, Joey Loperfido. What a game today, especially like again facing a lefty. Everyone kind of doubted him. Avery doubted him. I didn't. Just want to make that very clear. I never wavered. But yeah, it was just an awesome weekend, man. An awesome weekend. But let's go into some listener questions and comments. I believe we have 200 comments or 180. What is it? It's something
Yeah,
fucking
we have
insane.
150 right now.
Holy shit.
Uh, Doc, right away, this isn't a question. He said, can you guys talk generally about the vibes of the team, then a little bit about your weekend, then recap each game of the Angel series for me? Doc, yep, we can do
Doc
that.
body bag Nick Alberga on the weekend. 1,000 likes for an extend Atkins shirt.
Yeah,
And
Nick
speaking about
Alberga going to that game and like saying 1,000 likes and I'll get a Fire Atkins shirt.
didn't even come close, by the way.
While the team's in first fucking place, is your head up your ass,
Well,
dude?
Avery,
Like,
that's again. I know I'm not going to let Nick Alberga control the narrative for Leafs fans, but that's the Leaf fan narrative. Like people were agreeing with him in the comments. I saw 5 comments like, "Oh fuck it, I'll do it for 100. I'll do it for free." If you Let me make this clear, Leafs fans, we don't do that bullshit negativity when you guys are winning that you do no matter what. We don't do that around these parts, okay? So if you're going to do that, leave that at the fucking door and shut up, all right? We are going to enjoy the boys of summer. It's an 162 game season. You're going to lose some and you're going to win hopefully more. That's just what it is. Not every game is like game 82 of an NHL regular season or game 80, 79. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So if you're going to bring that negativity and say fire Atkins still when the team is goddamn in first place, overperforming 14 games above 500 the first time since 1992, and you have the audacity to say fire Atkins, you might be the most brain dead idiot on the face of the earth. That's the clear cut definition of zigging while they're zagging, but just being an idiot about it. Like that's
yeah.
everyone loves Atkins right now. The haters are quiet. They're sick. But
I don't know. I don't know if they totally love him too, but it's just like why would you say that now? And
yeah,
the
just
reason
keep
they
that in the
say it
back
now,
pocket.
yeah, the reason they say it now is because that's what they could tweet last year and just get a ton of likes, and that's
Yeah.
it. They haven't been watching ball
It's
until
time. It's time to get
done.
back in the lab and find a better tweet, Leafs
Yeah.
fans. And I'm not, like I said, Leafs. I'm not going to let Nick Alberga speak for you guys. But that was a pathetic fucking tweet. Embarrassing.
Um, Griff, he asks, "Are we all in on leadoff by committee?"
I talked about it actually with Mike, or my Q as the people call him. He said the inconsistency of it, but I think Nathan Lucas isn't that bad of a leadoff guy, and if it drops guys down in the order, like Bo Bichette's great with runners scoring position, he's great with runners on. Springer's been unreal. I don't hate the Lucas experiment at leadoff. Obviously, if a lefty's on the mound, you kind of have to switch it up to maybe an Ernie or something like that. But I wouldn't necessarily say, Avery, it's by committee if it can be penciled down or narrowed down to 3 guys, right?
Well, that's technically by committee.
I Okay, fuck, you
It's
got me
just, it's
there.
just not having one guy who's always the leadoff hitter.
Fair.
So
But
yeah,
am I wrong with that? Like Ernie
no, I
against the
think
lefty leading off and then Nathan Lucas against the righty to kind of drop guys down a little bit?
no, and I think the versa righty can be totally different too. I'm all for matchups based, and everything being matchup based this year has seemed to work. Like it's two totally different lineups, so I don't have any problem with that at all. JR wants to know, is Hoffman all the way back? He
Oh
might
yeah.
not. He might not have left, to be honest. It was just that one White Sox outing that wasn't a save that people talk
Yeah.
about. Blue Jays have a lot of complementary pieces for a better and deeper run than past seasons. How do you augment that with upgrades? You'll still have the second half after the trade deadline. Can you really count on Santander to give you that home run pop after the deadline?
I'm all in on Santander. Fuck it. I know he is essentially just kind of vacationing in Dunedin, but I have full blown in my mind spin zoned Santander that he was just legitimately playing like with one arm the entire season. So you could take with that as you will.
Is it fair to say the Jays are going to make an Indiana Pacers run?
I mean, everyone doubted him.
Yeah.
Kind of great role pieces. I see the similarities.
Do you see a world where Ross the Boss doesn't make big moves since Manoah, Varcho, and Santander are coming back? I think you cannot count on Manoah at all. And I did before, and that was the Chris Bassett, the voice of reason, talking back to
Yeah,
me
it's like,
saying,
well, yeah, like this is the thing with Manoah. We can't pencil him in to be here at the end of July, early August. Doing that is stupid with Tommy John. It is like an up and down rehab. It's not like what Stroman went through, right? Stroman had a torn ACL and he got
yeah,
back in 6 months. This is your arm we're talking about. Like the most valuable thing of a pitcher. He's gonna have great days in the rehab process. He's gonna have some setbacks. I think penciling Manoah in clear cut in August, I don't think that's smart to do. I think Ross Atkins should operate it as if Manoah will not pitch. I think
and
that's the best way.
I think so too. And having too much good pitching is not a problem. Like
No, no.
that's what you want. But I think the hitters they will think of like that. They could still buy one, but I if
At
that
the
was
right price in a package probably. I don't think it'll be
if
a
that
one
was
for one.
yeah, if that was explained to me that I think our returnees are the upgrades that we need for the roster, I would be convinced and I would think, yeah, that seems about right. Blue Jays Corner asked if they both played every single day, what would happen first? 10 Springer catcher interferences or 20 Jimenez hit by pitches? Leo.
I think Springer catcher interference. This dude loves finding a catcher's mitt. He loves a good mitt.
Yeah. Okay, from the
Pause.
Ty Johnson fan club. Not to sound like a Roger shill, but is it fair to say that Ross Atkins is actually a good GM whose teams have underperformed in the playoffs?
It's almost like we have been saying that essentially. I mean, I did say before the Texas Rangers series that if anyone should get blamed, it should be him, which is rightfully so. I still stand by. Don't blame the manager for stuff like that. But um, when you could say blame the GM, you should also give praise to the GM when things are going well, and that's what we should be doing. Ross Atkins has been to the playoffs in 3 out of the last 4 seasons. The sample size over a season is significantly better than the sample size in a playoff. The playoffs are a crapshoot. Ross Atkins as a GM, the last 3 out of the 4 seasons, and also if you want to include this one, go ahead. The team has been an above 500 playoff baseball team. That is the sign of a good GM, no matter how you look at it. That's just what it is. And I'd love to see how the season plays out. I think that's what they're probably doing. But he has built a very good baseball team. He drafted Addison Barger. They developed Addison Barger. Nathan Lucas is a guy they drafted. Davis Schneider's a guy they drafted. They picked up Ernie Clement off of waivers. Brendan Little, they off like the Fisher trade. Like all of these moves look awesome right now. And that's the makings of a good GM. So that's where I stand
Yeah.
with that at least.
I'm not sure if he's a top of the league GM,
No.
but I when people say he's incompetent to me, I have a tough time.
Well,
Just
Nick
like,
Alberga said he doesn't understand the city. Have you have you
yeah,
considered that?
no, I haven't considered that, but like he's a good trader, I think. You want him to be good at everything, but like I think there's a lot worse in the league, that's for sure. Um, okay. Do we have an update on a new scoreboard for streams? We have that, but someone else made, I think it was Zach who actually made one. Are the Jays winning 11 in a row? I hope so. That would be awesome. Ideal lineup when everyone is healthy. I hate doing that exercise. Add in deadline acquisitions. The only deadline acquisition, I think he would make the team a lot of fun, but the Yankees have already traded for him, sadly. Uh, Eugenio Suarez. Like, I think.
Oh my God, that thumper in the middle of the lineup.
Like, it would totally change this team if you have Santander Suarez back to back. It would be very funny. Hit for the lowest average of all time and just
Well, he's
try and
already a
hit for-
Yankee though.
He
But
is already a Yankee, sadly.
yeah,
Um, now that Cleveland is in a free fall, What would it take to get a guy that always seemed like a future Blue Jay, Jose Ramirez?
Well,
I think
J-Ram
that,
to TBJ would be laughing. Be
yeah.
way ahead of his time.
Um, I think there's absolutely zero chance in the world that would
No,
happen.
Blue Jays fans, I'm urging you. We can't turn into Yankee fans,
Yeah,
please.
I mean,
That'll
Jose
never happen.
Ramirez is on a friendly contract and just
It's like
generally,
the Yankee fan that said, "Would the Royals do Bobby Witt for Spencer Jones to take away?" Like, excuse me, the best catcher and shortstop for the best shortstop in baseball for Spencer Jones?
can't even who finally got to AAA. He's been
Yeah,
hitting the shit out of the baseball though.
yeah.
Do you think George Springer's success all started because of him getting thrown out, jumping up and down on third base?
Whoa.
He was bouncing on it and he got tagged out, and ever since then, he's been special.
I'll be honest with you. That's got to be up there for moment of the year in the Gate 14 awards. That and then the spin zone after the game when John Schneider goes, he was trying to stretch out his like calf or it's like what by bouncing on the base. That's a great tweet. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that might have saved the season.
Give us some prospects you'd be willing to trade if it means acquiring a
All of
starter that,
them.
yeah, pretty much good for all of them to be
Like,
traded. What
would you
about
do, Avery? Here's a question. There's a guy in Miami who's been kind of shoving. Eduardo Cabrera.
Edward?
Edward Cabrera. You do an Arjun for that?
I think like
Tons of years of control, Avery.
I know, but he's never thrown more than like 90 innings in a season. Or like I'd find to part with probably everyone else. Arjun is the one he's still super young and like a power hitting shortstop. You'd rather have like I think they've done a good job of identifying pitching talent and drafting, and they can do it again. So
Yeah. Should we do a PSA to Gate 14 Nation like last time? I want everyone to comment on our first round picks Instagram picture.
yes,
Go on Gate 14. We had about 300 people comment on Trey's. So I'll obviously tweet it out, but I want the comment section flooded. Go on Gate 14 when they do the tweet or the Insta post. I want
yeah.
it like
So
people that blame us for botting again.
yeah, next Sunday is the draft, first round. So I'm gonna go live for that, and then we'll record after we know who the Blue Jays' first round pick is. But I think that's like a 7 o'clock thing on Sunday, I believe. But we'll go live, and then as soon as we know our pick, we'll hop off, record our episode. But yeah, you need to do that because I would love to talk to our first rounder,
I mean,
eighth
we
overall.
had Trey Day on a couple weeks out. I mean, it was sick. We were the first podcast he did.
Yep.
So we got to flood it.
Over under 130 is the number of times Whit Merrifield has been at the Rogers Center with the roof open. I'll go under, actually.
Under.
Yeah, that's a lot. Um, we have to talk about the fight in the 500s on Six Buzz too. That's how you know.
Six buzz.
That's how you know the city's kind of back, man.
That's when, yeah, like I said, when you got fans of your team fighting its own fans, that's a pretty clear sign. Like they always say, recession this, recession that. That's an indicator that the Blue Jays are buzzing. That
Yeah.
is like when you got a 600-pound sweaty guy going toe to toe with a juice head, ripping each other's shirts off, blood going down their ears. We're gonna clip this, by the way. It's gonna be a hilarious clip, but that's like an indicator of the Blue Jays being essentially back. Like when you got two absolute raging kind of losers fighting each other in the crowd over stupid shit. That means the Jays are back. I'm sorry. That's really what it is.
Yeah, they check their phone. Oh, the Blue Jays are good. Let's go to the yard today. Let's drink as many beers as possible. And you know what? If I get in a scrap, who cares? We're just at the ball game. That's what they'd want. The hockey fans are back.
Yeah, and
And it's John, I think it's better than the fans fucking, because if they're fucking, that means not a lot of people are there.
or
So
watching the game. Yeah.
yeah, more fans means more
Yeah,
fight.
you know what? I mean, listen, I have been pretty clear on this stance. If you fight at sporting events, you're the biggest loser on the planet, and I stand by it.
If you fight your own fans on the same team, you're
No, yeah, that's
something.
it.
Yeah.
Sporting event, fighting your own team, you're the biggest loser on the planet. But again, it's what comes with the territory. There's more people in the stadium. It's warm. You're cranking beers, a little bit of liquid courage. It's gonna happen. I mean,
Yep.
40,000 people, there's going to be a couple bad apples no matter how you slice it. So, yeah, I hated to see it, but I loved it because it meant Blue Jays baseball's back.
Yes. Did Bo Barkshett spark a fire under Bo?
That dog changed my bitch ass life, man. I love Bo Barkshett, and I'm trying to find like a median. Like, I'm not. I used to fuck with Blue Jays dad, obviously. Now I just have learned to respect him because
Yeah.
he is like objectively your dad who is harmless. Like, for example, his tweets. Anyone up watching the game right now? It's just like, and he's guys like people genuinely responding like, "Yes, Blue Jays dad. Yes, I'm watching the game. Like, I'm a Blue Jays fan. I'm watching." It's like he's just harmless. Aside from
Exactly.
the Shadkins posting, which again really pissed me off last season, he was doing it for free clicks. I'm back in on Blue Jays dad. But yeah, Bo Barkshett has saved the season. And Doc brought up a good point, Avery. Like, if Bo doesn't re-sign here, what happens to the dog? Like, up for adoption or like,
I don't want to know.
or
Can
does
you
Blue Jays
can
dad
you
become a fan
rename?
of the next team?
I think you might have to just rename the dog. Like how old is it? 6 years old. Rename your dog.
Or Blue Jays dad. I mean, it's easier for him to just change his Twitter handle to, um, like whatever team Bo Bichette goes to, like Colorado Rockies dad or
Yep.
Dodgers dad or like
Dodgers
Nationals
dad
dad.
goes nuts, honestly.
Yeah, Dodgers dad, daddy.
Would trading for Zach Pop at the deadline secure the World Series?
No, that guy is a legit. If Zach Pop is a big leaguer, anything is possible. Chase your dreams. I was watching him today, and then Mets fans kind of caught on. Like we started the Zach Poop nickname. Again, I'm sorry, Zach, for that. They started calling him Zach Poop, and I was like, "You're telling fucking me, like, brother, I had to experience that motherfucker for 2 years. We had the poop in our mouth. I knew
Jesus.
how bad Zach Poop is, but yeah, just crazy stuff from the poopster. He wishes he was Chad Green.
And he couldn't help the Blue Jays out again, like he
No,
doing it against the Yankees today.
no.
I think everyone's kind of asking the same questions here at the bottom. So
Any
we
great
will.
comments?
Oh, when is the next bar night? No idea. Haven't even thought about that yet. Um, no, it's all pretty much the same here. Someone wants to know if we could get the Caleb Joseph haircut.
Mm, bro. No disrespect. I will
All
not be.
right.
I
Um,
do tip my cap. I was listening on the radio today, and we obviously talked about the old radio's show with Eric Smith on the call. It is significantly better with Ben Schulman. Like I
I
actually
li
know what's happening in the game. He's Ben Schulman rocks. Like he's been great on the
I
call,
listened to the radio on Saturday too when I was
and you
driving.
thought it was fine, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I will go through probables for this
A Johnny
matchup.
Junta guy going game one for the White Sox. An OG Johnny Junta guy. Right when he got drafted, he came on my other pod.
Really, that's Brio Sean Burke game one, Bassett Aaron Savali game two, then Eric Lauer, Adrian Hauser game three. I didn't want to face Adrian Hauser, if we're being honest. He's
No,
pitched pretty damn well. Could be a guy they pick up, man, honestly.
I'm all. I mean, fuck yeah, I'd do that in a heartbeat. He's been nails.
Yeah, he has
Um,
been.
I guess we stick with the reverse mush. I mean, I had someone tweet at me today like you better reverse jinx again. This weekend, kind of reminding me. Jays lose 2 of 3 to the White Sox.
Yeah, I mean, you're going up against a wagon.
Well, the
They're
05 World Series champs.
Yep. Yes, exactly. So
I,
tough to beat them in their own house.
it's going to
But
be
I think
packed. It's going to be packed. The vibes around that team are special to say the least.
I
But
think the Jays get one.
yeah,
So
I think they've salvaged one. Maybe the Bassett start revenge game. People forget. People
yeah.
forget. Bassett played there.
Isn't that where
OG.
he got drafted
Yeah,
there?
he played there in the fall league. Remember, he told us he played in the big leagues before he went to the fall league.
That's so sick.
So fucked. But yeah, Jays lose 2 of 3, obviously. Um, salvage one of the games, but just get alphaed by a team that is like just a
Better.
great ball club. I mean, there's not really much else to say about that. So we're looking forward to it. And I will say This is the most fun I've had watching the Blue Jays in a long time, man. People say
Yeah.
2021 was 2021 fun, sure, but the bullpen was terrorist organization. It was Al Qaeda. Like this is a fully rounded ball club that is winning baseball games by committee. 2021, they had the bullpen when games were even close. They weren't. When games were out of reach, they weren't because the bullpen was shit. This is a well-rounded baseball team, and this is the most fun I've had watching this team. It
I
really
actually
is.
had, I think I had more fun in 21. The home runs are sick.
Yeah, but again, it takes away the enjoyment out of it though when the bullpen blows it, Avery.
True. No,
Like,
you're right about that.
yeah, like they won 91 games or whatever, 90 games, but it's like at what cost? I mean, the bullpen fucking wasted everything.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah. Anyways, folks.
Stream Tuesday.
Yeah, we can stream Tuesday. Stream
Okay, and then
Tuesday.
it's a
Uh,
it's a midday game on Wednesday, which
yeah,
sucks, and then the
2:10
off day.
p.m. Yeah, we'll record right after that and then go into the off day. But if you are new to Gate 14, this is what we do, man. I appreciate all the people that I've supported from when they were bad to when they were good. The numbers have been insane as of late, and it wouldn't be possible without everyone riding and supporting Gate 14. We hope we do it right for you guys, and enjoy the boys of summer, man. Nothing can take this away from you. Not Yankee fans, not fans of opposing teams, not even our own fans. I want you to enjoy what we have here because it fucking rocks, man. It absolutely rocks by this point of the season. Going into an all-star break as one of the hottest teams, hopefully after this week, is going to be is special. It's fun, and it's why we do it. It's why we watch this ball club. It's why we believe. Keep believing. Keep riding. Ride with the Gate 14 boys, and we will see you guys on the live stream Tuesday. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Avery, any more comments for the people?
No, love you guys.